Hi guys, I'm coming to you again, Wednesday, April 1st. Happy April. From upstairs, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of more of a Hatha Yoga practice today. So instead of the flow where we're really moving all the time, or the gentle where it's really, kind of calmer and more about just sitting in place and stretching, Hatha is a little bit of a combination of both with less flow, just a little more about sitting in the poses and kind of hanging out in them. So I wanted us to do a little bit of that. We'll do some sitting poses, standing poses, all fours, prone as well as supine. So I'm gonna get us started, maybe about 25-30 minutes. So we're gonna walk over to the mat. So I'm gonna be sitting down on a block today to start. It's coming into our meditative seat. When you sit on the block, you wanna sit more toward the front of the block so that you can let your legs drop down. Relax your shoulders here and find your breath. And closing your eyes. Let's go ahead and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Making sure that your ears align over your shoulders and your shoulders over your hips as you root your sits bones down into the block or the mat beneath you. Relax your jaws. Notice how each in-breath expands your abdomen, rib cage, and chest. And each out-breath creates a subtle recoiling inward of the chest, rib cage, and abdomen. Just keep steady, deep, rhythmic breaths. No holding the breath, no restriction of the breath, no jive even today, no constriction of or contracting of the back of the throat. Good. On the next in breath, let's slowly sweep the arms up, spiral the triceps inward, connect the palms and pinkies overhead as you lengthen your spine. Then exhale, hands in prayer at the center of your chest. 2 more times like this. Inhale, slowly sweep your arms up, spiral your triceps inward, connect the palms and pinkies overhead, drop the shoulders. Exhale, hands in prayer at center. And 1 more time. Inhale, slowly sweeping your arms up, spiraling the triceps inward, connect the palms and pinkies overhead. And then exhale, hands in prayer at center. Let's release the hands down onto the lap. Gently blink the eyes open. Draw the shoulders back, lift your chest and pull your abdominals in. Good, so from here, let's go ahead, exhale, rotate the upper body to the left, right arm to the outside of the left thigh, left arm is behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, add a gentle twist, maybe wrap the left arm behind you and catch the right outer hip. Again, inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, gentle twist. 1 more breath like this. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, gentle twist. Good. On the next in-breath, return the spine to center. Now let's exhale, rotate the upper body to the right. Left arm to the outside of the right thigh. Right arm can be behind you, or go ahead and hook it around the left hip. Keep the shoulders over those hips. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, twist. Good. 1 more breath like this. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, rotate. Good. Now inhale, return the spine to center. Let's go ahead and switch the cross of the legs. Opposite leg in front or on top. I'm also going to come off the block. I feel like my hips are open enough right now to just come on down onto the ground. So we're going to root the seat, draw the shoulders back, connect to the breath. Now I'd like us to exhale, rotate the upper body to the left. So the center of the chest kind of lines up with the left knee, the inner left knee. We're going to root the right seat, rotating the upper body. Let's exhale, hinge, and fold over that left thigh. You can walk your hands forward, keeping your hands to the ground, or bringing your forearms, elbows down. Draw the shoulders back, send the chest forward, really root the right seat. Feel the stretch along the right side of the rib cage. Pull the abdominals in. Hug your inner elbows in, lift your chest and lengthen your spine. Relax your jaws. And just find your breath. A couple more breaths here. Gentle poses, just kind of sitting in them for a little bit. Keep rooting the right seat. Good, then inhale, return to center, and let's exhale, rotate to the right, chest in line with that right knee, frame your right leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine, root the left seat. Exhale, fold over that right leg. So you're going to feel a big stretch along the left side of the body. I really want you to with the left seat, lift your chest, draw the shoulders back. Palms can be down or forearms, elbows can be down. Lengthen the back of the neck. You might feel a little stretch along the left inner thigh groin as well. Relax your jaws. Good, now we're going to inhale, come right back up to center, draw the shoulders back. Let's go ahead and come up to all fours. So let's start by placing the wrists directly underneath the shoulders and the knees directly underneath the hips. Spread your fingers out wide, pull your belly button in and up. Let's exhale. Tilt the tailbone between the thighs, hollow out the abdomen, round the spine and rock back slightly in your angry cat, drawing your shoulders back, looking inward. Then inhale, point the toes, lengthen the tailbone, unfurl the spine, shoulders back, chest forward, cow, really drop the shoulders. And again, exhale, tuck your toes, hollow out your belly, round your thoracic spine, rock back slightly in cat, looking inward. Then inhale, point the toes, lengthen the tailbone, unfurl the spine, shoulders back, chest forward, cow. And one more time, exhale, tuck your toes, hollow out your belly, round your thoracic spine, rock back slightly in cat. Then inhale, point the toes, lengthen the tailbone, unfurl the spine, shoulders back, chest forward, cow. Now let's exhale, return to a neutral spine here with the toes tucked. So I'd like us to keep the left knee underneath the left hip. Maybe shift your weight or right hand a little bit over to the left and step your right foot forward here. Line the toes up with the fingers, draw the right hip back, connect to your breath, and we're just going to lift up off the back knee. Lower your hips down, maybe shimmy that left leg back a little bit. I want you to lengthen the spine, draw the right hip back, and pull your abdominals in. Just hold here. Feel the left ball of the foot press into the mat. Draw the shoulders back, lengthen your neck, and connect to your breath. Staying here in low lunge, we often tend to use low lunge as a transition pose. But what if we just kind of hang out in it? Breathe. Remember, if you can't really come down to the ground, you can use a block, right? Bring the ground up to you, or use 2 blocks. Connect to your breath. Breathe. Now let's just bend that left knee a little bit without bringing the knee down to the ground. I'm going to pull the left quad toward the front of the mat, and then exhale, straighten the leg. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bend. Draw the right hip back. Exhale, straighten. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Good, now let's go ahead and inhale, straighten out the right leg. Pull the belly in, draw the right hip back. Again, you can use blocks under the hands. Exhale, bend the right knee. Stay low. Maybe draw that right hip back and that left hip forward a little bit. Again, inhale, straighten out the right leg. Draw the shoulders back, chest forward. Exhale, bend. Keep your belly in, maybe sink the hips a little bit. One more time. Inhale, straighten out that right leg. Draw the right hip back. Exhale, bend, stay low. Now from here, this can be a little complicated, right? So we're going to add a little rotation. You're going to take that right foot, turn it to the right, turn the left foot to the right. So I'm on the pinky side of both feet. Press the left hand down to the mat, slightly forward of your left hip. So left toes turn to the right toes turn to the right. Reach your right arm up, lengthen both sides of the waist, and draw that right hip back. Try to keep lifting the hips for a moment here. Draw the left shoulder back. Just feel a big stretch IT band. Breathe. If you want to, take that right hand, wrap it around the back body. Again, pressing into the outer edge of the left foot, so your left toes point to the right and your right toes point to the right, outer edge of right foot. Good, now maybe sink your hips down a little bit. Lift your chest as you lower the hip. Breathe, get into the external hip. Maybe you can bring your right arm that's behind you down to the ground. Breathe, connect to your breath. Sit here for a little bit. Should be a big stretch. Feeling this in both outer hips. Maybe into that left rib cage a little bit. One more breath. Then we're going to step into the feet, reach the right arm up. We still are twisted to the right. Now we're going to exhale, square the hips, right knee in line with the right hip. Stay here a moment longer. Draw the right hip back. Good, now inhale, straighten out that right leg. One last time, hold, sink the left heel, draw the shoulders back. And then we'll exhale, bend both knees, bringing the left knee down and bringing the right leg back to all fours. Take a moment here, rock your hips a little bit left, right. So definitely not a, kind of vinyasa flow, just taking our time. Let's do the other side. Left hand steps over to the right. We're gonna bring the left foot forward. We're gonna frame that left leg, draw the left hip back and just lift up off the right knee. Get low into your hips here. Pull the belly in, draw the shoulders back, and feel low lunge. We're going to go ahead and bend that right knee. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Keep drawing the left hip back one more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Good, now keep drawing the left hip back. We're going to inhale, straighten out the left leg, lengthen the spine, square the hips, sink the right heel. And then exhale, bend the left knee. Get low. Draw that right hip forward. Again, inhale, straighten out the left leg. Draw that left hip back. Exhale, bend the left knee. Lower that right hip down. And last time, inhale, straighten out that left leg. Draw the shoulders back. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bend your left knee. Good, now we're going to go into that tricky transition. So it's right hand just slightly forward of the right shoulder. Roll onto the outer edge of left foot, outer edge of right foot. Left toes face to the left, right toes face to the left. Reach your left arm up. Stack your shoulders and hips. Breathe. Keep lifting that right hip away from the mat. Draw the left buttock away from you, feeling the stretch of the left buttock. Maybe wind that left hand around the small of the back into the right outer hip. Keep pressing into the outer edge of both feet. Lift your chest, and those of you who can, sink that right hip down. Maybe bring that right hand down behind you. Fan your right rib cage out, reach through both feet. Lengthen through the legs. A few more breaths here. Remember, outer edge of left foot, outer edge of right foot, toes face to the right, to the left. And then we're going to reach the left arm up, just lift the hips up, stacking the shoulders and hips. Then exhale, square out, low lunge. Breathe, hold that low lunge, draw the shoulders back. Relax your jaw. Then one more time, we're going to straighten out that left leg, draw the left hip back, right hip forward, draw the shoulders back. Good, then we'll exhale, bend both knees, bring the right knee down, followed by the left knee. Pull your belly in, we're in all fours, tabletop. Move your hips a little left, right. You can connect to your breath. Now from here, we're going to spread the fingers out wide, triceps spiraling in, and let's exhale the hips up and the heels back into a downward facing dog pose. Send the seat back and up. Draw the chest toward the thighs, allow the collarbones to broaden. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. Lengthen your spine. Find your breath. Root down into the thumb pointer and pinky fingers, as well as the inner and outer edges of the palms of the hands. Glide the shoulders down the spine, send your buttocks up, sink the heels down. Find your breath. Let's maybe lift and lower those heels a couple times. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Good, one more time. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Keep sinking the heels, feeling space between the vertebrae of the spine. Pushing the mat away from you with your hands, dragging the mat back with your feet. Now let's inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet and step halfway forward so the ankles are directly underneath the hips, feet are hip width apart. Pull the belly in. Let your chest soften toward your thighs. Send the hips forward of those ankles a little bit here. Draw the shoulders back. Find your breath. Let your head hang for a moment. Shake the head out. Soften the knees. A couple more breaths here. We're just going to hang out. Let the arms drop. Really get heavy. Feel the stretch along the back of the legs. Good, then inhale your spine halfway up, hands to shins, belly in, shoulders back, seat back, tailbone back, chest forward. Rock a little bit front and back. Just find your center point, find your balance point here. Draw the shoulders back, keep pulling your abdominals in. Good, then exhale, fold. Hinging at the hips one more time. Soften the knees, pull the abdominals in, draw the shoulders back, elbows in. And I will inhale, reverse swan dive to a standing back bend, quads forward, tailbone forward, chest open, wing heels, knees soft. Exhale, release the arms, stack your spine. Good. We're going to turn to face the long side of the mat. Feet are going to be about hip width, toes in line with one another. Good, I'd like you to just step your feet out wide. Make sure the toes line up, so you don't have to go super duper wide. Square your hips out. We're going to go ahead and turn the right toes in and the left toes out. Now go ahead and straighten out that left leg. You're going to take your hands to your hips and let that right hip cant out, and you're going to start to lean to the left. Take your left hand to your left quad. Lean back a little bit like you're pressing your back up against the wall. Track the neck in line with the rest of the spine. Now slide the left hand down the left hand, quadricep, shin, maybe to the top of the foot. Reach your right arm up, lengthen both sides of the waist, draw that right hip back and hold. So you're in your triangle pose. Stack the ears, long neck, stack the shoulders, stack the hips, find your breath. Feel a gentle stretch along that left inner thigh. Drop that left rib cage, lengthen the right side of the waist. Draw the shoulders back. Now we're going to inhale, come on up, arms out to T. Turn the left foot in and the right toes out. Just keep it heel alignment. Square your hips, hands to your hips. Now start to cant your left hip out. Plug the right thigh bone in. You might hear that crack there. Just your hips opening up, lengthen the spine. Right hand down the quad, maybe to the shin. Lengthen both sides of the waist, top of the foot maybe. Reach your left arm up, lean back. Draw that right rib cage forward, left hip back. Feel a stretch along the left outer hip, a little bit of work stretch into that right inner thigh. Connect to your breath, stack your ears, stack your shoulders. Breathe, keep drawing that left hip back. Try to avoid locking out the right knee. You can always lift your toes up. Good, keep lengthening both sides of the waist, draw the shoulders back. Good, now we're going to inhale, come on up, arms to T. Lift your chest. Now we're going to turn that right foot in, left foot out. Now I want you to take a heel arch alignment. So you might step that left foot forward just a little bit. You're going to bend that left knee, open the arms out to T, lift the chest, square your hips forward, shoulders forward, pull the belly in. For right now, keep staring forward or gazing forward. Track that right heel out, turn the right toes in a little bit more. Bend the left knee, lift your chest, and make sure you avoid leaning forward. You're going to draw back a little bit. Keep the shoulders over the hips. Now look over that left middle finger, lift your chest, pull the abdominals in and hold here. Breathe. So you're going to start to feel that right quadricep fatigue. Ideally, you want to try to get that hamstring parallel. That right inner thigh is spiraling back, almost like you're spiraling toward the wall behind you. Check in with both arms, make sure they're in the same plane. If you get fatigued, just turn the palms up. Maybe even just try that, even if you're not fatigued. Feel the difference there. Track that left knee toward the pinky toe side of the left foot. Sink a little deeper, lift your chest. Relax your jaws. Pull your belly in. Keep tucking that left seat underneath you. Feel like that left inner thigh spiraling to the right. Now exhale, lean forward, left forearm to the right thigh. Left forearm to the left thigh, right arm up and over. Rotate your left rib cage up toward the ceiling, look up toward the ceiling. Connect to your breath here. Press strongly into the outer edge of that right foot. Keep tucking that left seat underneath you. Breathe. Kind of lift away from the left rib cage from the thigh there. A couple more breaths. Plug the shoulder in. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, straighten out the left leg. Turn the left foot in. Right foot out. Heel arch alignment. So adjust that right leg a little bit to the left. Hips, pelvis, shoulders square forward. For right now, the gaze squares forward. Bend the right knee. Open the arms out to T. Drag that left heel away from you. Turn the left toes in. Draw the left hip back. Sink into the hips. Track that right knee toward the pinky toe side of the right foot. Tuck the right seat underneath you. Breathe. Lift your chest. Arms are in T. Turn over to look at that right middle finger or beyond the right middle finger. Try to get that hamstring down, kind of parallel with the mat. Lift your chest, drop your shoulders, connect to your breath, breathe. So you're gonna feel work and stretch, right? There's both going on. Shoulders are working, chest is lifting, quadricep is working, left inner thigh is working. Relax your jaws. Remember, you get fatigued, turn the palms up, or if you don't get fatigued, even just to try something that feels a little different here. Keep lifting your chest. Good, wrapping the right seat underneath you, track the right knee toward the pinky toe side of your right foot, get low in the pose. Good, now we're gonna exhale, hinge forward, bring the right forearm to the right thigh, reach your left arm up and over, lengthen both sides of the waist, draw the right shoulder away from the ear, look up toward the right, or toward the left, rotating your right rib cage toward the ceiling. Breathe. Keep wrapping that right seat underneath you. Track the right knee to the right. It's going to have a tendency to stick your booty out and track your knee in. I want you to do the opposite. Right seat in, right knee out. Breathe. Connect your breath. Try not to let that left rib cage float up. Good. Now inhale, come on up to warrior two. Lift your chest, bend that right knee. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, straighten out the right leg. And we're going to turn the toes to point forward. Maybe wish to shorten your stride just a little bit, so heel toe the feet in. Toes are in line with one another, pull the belly in. Again, exhale, interlace the fingers behind us, draw the knuckles back, engage your quadriceps, feel the kneecaps lift. I want you to inhale, draw the quads forward, draw the hips forward, open the chest up, reaching your knuckles back, looking toward the ceiling. Draw your hips forward. Good, then inhale, stack the spine. Then exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Let the head hang here. Try to avoid adjusting the feet. Let the spine adjust. Reach the knuckles up or forward, wherever your shoulder mobility goes. Draw the buttocks back and imagine you're trying to take your chest toward the wall behind you. Breathe. Draw those inner thighs toward one another. Pull the abdominals in. Connect to your breath here. Inhale and exhale. Just let the head hang. Keep drawing the shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. Might find the head drops down after a few minutes or moments. Keep trying to send those hips forward. Breathe. Now we're going to keep the hands interlaced. We're going to exhale them down to the small of the back and then slide them down either side of your feet. Hold on to the quads, ankles, feet. Inhale the spine halfway up. Draw the buttocks back. Feel the stretch along the inner thighs. Pull the belly in. Lengthen through both sides of the waist. Feel that stretch. Another couple breaths here. Breathe. Keep drawing the buttocks back and up. Pull your belly in. Good, now we're going to place the wrists underneath the shoulders. Shoulders are back. Chest is forward, seat is back. Lift your toes up for a moment. Keep the heels sinking. Push away from gravity. Now what I'd like you to do is draw your right hip back. Turn your right hand to the left. So the right wrist is in line with the right shoulder. The fingertips face to the left. Sorry that you can't quite see me here. Maybe if I step back a little bit, you can see my hand. So it's going to turn to the left here, just like this on the ground. Draw your seat back. Left hip back. Now we're going to draw the right hip back. Inhale, open up that left arm, rotating the right rib cage to the left as you draw your right hip back. Try to keep the lower body out of the twist. Draw the shoulders back, lengthen through both sides of the waist. Feel the twist in the right obliques. Draw that right hip back like you have a string pulling your right hip back. Good, then exhale. Bring the left hand down, same thing. Turn the fingers to the right, wrist in line with that left shoulder. Draw the left shoulder back, left hip back. Inhale, open up to the right. Keep drawing the left hip back, looking up toward the ceiling. Make sure the back is nice or the hips are nice and flat. Keep drawing that left hip back. Connect to your breath here. Good, then slowly exhale, bring both hands down. Heel toe the feet a little bit in, then turn the heels in and the toes out. Lift up onto your fingertips. Now I want you to exhale, bend the right knee, flexing your left foot, shifting your weight down toward the right side of your body. Try to keep that right heel sinking. Lean to the right side. Just hold here. Connect to your breath. I'm actually taking my right tricep to the inside of my right thigh, right hand to the right cheekbone here, jawbone, leaning to the right as I flex my left foot. And I'm gonna, over time, try to sit the buttocks down. Breathe. Keep leaning here. A bit of a skandasana variation. Connect to your breath. Just gonna check how I'm doing on time. Okay. Relax your shoulders. About 20 minutes in. Feeling a stretch, inner thighs, groin. You can even root down into that left thigh. Good, now I'm gonna inhale, come up through center, heels turned in, toes turned out. Then exhale, shift to the left. Just arrive wherever your body arrives initially. Lean to the left, flex your right foot. Left tricep to the left inner thigh. Maybe hand to the cheekbone jaw. Breathe and see if you can drop your buttocks over time. May need to adjust. Maybe you can on this side, maybe you can't. Feel it out. Flexing that right foot, giving a little more stretch to the back of the leg. Connect to your breath here, breathe. Then inhale, return to center. Heels turned in, toes turned out for another moment. Move those hips a little bit left and right. So I'm going to transition us down to the ground. So what I'm going to have you do is bring those toes forward, heels in, toes forward, heels in. One more time, toes forward, heels in, toes forward. Now go ahead and step yourself back into a seat. So what I'd like you to do from here is go ahead and take the legs out wide. We're just practicing with our legs out wide. So you don't have to go to full splits. I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can see me a little more. Start going to our full splits, but we're gonna take a pretty sizable split. Opening the legs out far. Flex your feet, sit up tall. So what I'd like you to do is pull the flesh out from beneath you. Just take the buttocks back a little bit. Draw the shoulders back. Hands are gonna go in front of you for a moment. Take your tailbone back. So most often what happens is we collapse into the low back and the tailbone goes forward. I want you to draw your tailbone back, sit up tall. Like you're trying to stick your booty back. Flex your feet. Keep the kneecaps aiming up. Draw the shoulders back. Maybe you even need to bend your knees a little bit. Keep those toes aiming up. So I want you to exhale, hinge and fold. Toes are still aiming up. Maybe they turn a little bit out to the sides. Come down. Keep lengthening your spine. So I'm gonna stop here at my forearms for right now. I'm gonna flex my feet, look to my left, look to my right, make sure that my toes are turned up. My kneecaps are facing up, so there's a bit of an external rotation here in the thighs. Lengthen the spine, draw the shoulders back, and breathe. Connect to your breath. Feeling a stretch along the inner thighs, maybe into the groin. Maybe feel the work on the outer hips as those inner thighs work, or stretch. Then we're gonna inhale, come up. I'm gonna try to open up a little more space. You're gonna take your right hand to the back of the right hamstring. Take the left hand to the right inner thigh. And I want you to roll the right inner thigh back. You're just pushing back. Same thing on the left side. Left hand to the left hamstring, right hand to the inner thigh. Pull the inner thigh back. Flex your feet, sit up tall, pull the belly in, exhale, draw the tailbone back. See if you can go back to that same spot where you just found yourself before. Check in that your kneecaps are up, toes turn up, maybe they even turn out a little bit. Flex your feet, lengthen your spine. Feel the stretch now, it should be a little deeper, okay? Just going slow, stretch should have deepened a little bit. Connect to your breath. Apologize for checking the watch. I'm keeping track of time right now. And then maybe go a little bit farther forward. Maybe you come all the way down. Reach through the heels. Notice I come back up when I'm trying to find more space. And I'm going to bring my chest and forehead down. Draw the shoulders back. Go wherever your body allows. Feel the stretch deepen. The deeper you go, the more stretch you're going to start to find in the inner thighs. And hang out here for a little bit longer. Breathe. Pull your belly in and up. And then we're going to slowly inhale, bring the spine back up, draw the shoulders back. And we're going to shrink this up a little bit. So we're going to keep the right leg as is. We're going to bring the left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and keep the hip points tracking straight ahead and let this left knee open out beyond that left hip. Press the foot into the inner thigh into the foot. So now we're going to start by rotating over the left knee like we did at the beginning of class. Keep the right buttock rooted and then exhale, fold over the left leg, palms down or forearms down. Keep flexing your right foot, press the left sole of the foot into the right inner thigh, draw your shoulders back, connect to your breath, lengthen your spine. Once again, breathing, slow, deep, steady breaths. Good, then we're going to inhale, come on up. And I'd like you to exhale, rotate over that right leg. Try to get the center of the chest in line with the second toe there. Frame your right leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hinging over the hip. I want you to reach for your hamstring, calf, ankle, foot, whatever you can reach. Soften the chest. Root the left seat. Connect to the breath and feel a big stretch along the lower back into the left side of your body. Draw the shoulders back and find your breath. Good, now we're going to inhale, come on up. I'd like you to take your left hand, here's the outside of my left hip, I want you to go to a diagonal line, keeping up onto fingertips, flex your right foot, inhale, lift your hips up, reach your right arm up and lean back. Open up into the hips, connect to your breath, draw the shoulders down the spine, breathe. Now we look down toward the left hip, open up that chest, reach your right arm behind you, maybe to the small of the back, lifting here. One more breath. Really pull the belly in. Then exhale, take a seat and sit up tall once again. Let's switch sides. Bring the right sole of the foot in, left foot out. Make sure you find that space that you've been cultivating. Bring the right sole of the foot to the left inner thigh. We're tracking the hip points forward, flexing the left foot. Right knee is open right to the outside of the right hip. We're going to exhale, rotate to the right. Inhale, sit up tall, root the left seat, and exhale, fold over your right side. Lengthen your spine, draw your shoulders back, and find your breath here. Inhale and exhale. Just a couple more breaths, just sitting down, hanging out. I like the Hatha Yoga practice, you know, not quite super gentle, not quite the extreme of power yoga, just kind of in between. Inhale, sit up. I like the seated poses. Exhale, twist, chest in line with your knee. Line up with the second toe. Exhale, hinging and folding. We want to elongate and lengthen here. So Hatha has this quality, really, I think, for me, grounding and rooting, which is what I especially need. I'm a fire sign, myself in Aries, tend to be a little bit of everywhere. Hatha really tends to ground me. I like to hang out in poses. Maybe we'll do some yin in a few classes so you can feel the difference. But I really do enjoy the Hatha practice. I think I'm a little over what I wanted to teach, but that's okay. I'm gonna wind it down into probably a meditative seat as opposed to a full Shavasana. And allow you the permission to do Shavasana once we're done, if that's what you'd like. Feeling a stretch along the right side and into the back. Good, now we're going to inhale, sit up. We're going to take that spinal extension. You're going to take that right hand to the outside of the right hip, come up onto fingertips. Inhale, lift up onto that right shin, lift your chest, draw the hips forward, open the chest up, breathe. Maybe take your left hand to the small of the back once you get the stretch here. Open up, lifting, lifting, lifting. Connect to your breath. And then we're going to exhale, take a seat. Let's come to a cross-legged seat here. Draw the shoulders back. root the seat, lift your chest, rest your hands on your lap. So I invite you to go ahead and if you'd like, take a Shavasana here. I'm going to leave things here. I kind of feel like I need a little meditative seat. Might be that time to just root and relax. I encourage you guys to keep your practice going. I've been teaching classes that are a little different than my usual, what I offer. Kind of not even keeping by all of the rules of yoga most of the time. It's just that kind of time right now in life. I encourage you guys to practice. Please keep coming back to my channel. My goal is to add new content daily, maybe taking one day off here or there, depending on how I feel or what's going on. If you find this beneficial to you, please feel free to donate to me at PayPal, Yogini, YOGINI4877@gmail.com, or Venmo me at Alejandra, ALEJANDRA Bazalasco, BOZZOLASCO. Whatever you can give if you'd like to. If not, same thing. Feel free to pass it on to others. Love to kind of get to connect with new people and share through here. Namaste. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Please take the time to be in gratitude. Each and every one of you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste once again.